Right, welcome ladies and gents. I mean, this is just the gift that keeps on giving. Heard supporters livid, furious, because jurors were sleeping during the trial. Now, this, ladies and gents, is merely because Amber Heard's team couldn't get anyone to appear in person. No one wants to sit there and watch these pre-recorded, absolute drivel depositions to be used as evidence. They are boring. And yeah, they did disengage the jury. I spoke about that during the trial. We did videos on that. It was pretty bloody obvious that was going to happen. Again, we had reports that this was in fact the case. And people were just completely checked out. I said, well, it could be good and bad. Turns out it was good anyway. So, I don't understand, how can they be, how can you even justify this as something that you're going to be, annoyed about? It just doesn't make any sense to me. You must use some critical thought here. But let's dive into it, because this is just hilarious. So, Amber Heard supporters have expressed their collective outrage after the court stenographer revealed that some jurors fell asleep during her trial against Johnny Depp. Yeah, so the court reporter, the individual sort of writing everything, has done an interview, come out and said this. Now, it's really important to say that actually this news had come out before this. So Runkler the Bailey is a YouTuber, a lawyer. He spoke about this. I think even the DUI guy stated about this as well. And even Lumber Lawyer, or Lauren Lumber, he had come out and said this. So this is not actually brand new news. But obviously, Amber Heard supporters, generally speaking, didn't watch the trial. And they didn't watch coverage of the trial. They just, believe all whammon. And so this is now a surprise for them that this is the case. Most other people learned about this like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So Depp, 58, had filed a $50 million defamation lawsuit. Of course, we knew that. And so following a 6-week televised trial that concluded at the end of May, the 7-person jury made up of 5 men and 2 women ruled largely in Depp's favour, awarding him $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive. The punitive one is basically a warning to other people. Don't do this again. Don't do what this woman did or this individual did. But obviously it's capped at $350 because that's Virginia state limits. So Judy Bellinger, a stenographer who works for Planet Depots. So she's private firm hired by both Depp and Heard's teams to record everything said in court. So just court reporter, basically. Worked throughout the trial at Virginia's Fairfax County Courthouse. And in an interview with Law and Crime Network, Bellinger said that a few of the jurors dozed off at points during proceedings. Yeah, I mean, you would be. You absolutely would. Those depositions were so boring. And it really goes to show the importance of having live witnesses. A witness that can sit there tangibly capturing the jury's attention. So there were a few jurors who were dozing off, said Bellinger, who added that the jurors fell asleep in both rows. And it was rough. And it was tough, sorry. There were a lot of video depositions. So that's exactly, I say it because of Amber Heard. And it is because of Amber Heard. Those video depositions were super boring. And they would just sit there and all of a sudden I'd see their head drop. Can you imagine being a juror, just having to sit there in court all day listening? A lot of them were very monotonous as well. Having to listen to Elaine's voice all day long. Or Rottenborn's. Rottenborn's voice was monotone. God damn, man. Like, get some inflection behind your words. Christ. So Bellinger went on to say that the best juror, who she noticed had paid the most attention intently, ended up being one of the randomly chosen alternates and ultimately had no involvement in the final verdict. It's just the way it goes. There's nothing you can do about that. And she said, and I quote, "Unfortunately, the one alternate that was on there, she was probably the one that listened the most." And again, we knew, those of us who have followed other footage, other reports actually delved into this trial know this, Her uncle of the Bailey said this. Lauren Lumber said this. DUI guy said this. All of them pointed out this one woman. She was massively involved. She was really, really paying attention. And alas, she was not chosen. I watched her facial expressions. She was very deeply into every word that was being said. I thought she would have made a great juror, and she did not get to see it to the end. She was paying close attention. So the video obviously circulated across social media, and the comments have now sparked outrage among Heard fans, because, you know, stay mad. I'd say I can't believe the judge allowed multiple sleeping jurors to go unchecked, but I'd be lying, commented one person on Reddit. Now that's really unfair, because that that judge did seem to be actually quite biased towards Heard, and I think, you know, seeing the wealth of evidence, maybe she just felt a little bit bad, I don't know. But it's very unfair to say, well, she just let people sleep. What's she going to do? You can't stop the trial to wake people up every single time they fall asleep. In fairness, sometimes the judge doesn't notice because they're also paying attention to the witness and not staring at the jurors, another explained. Often, it's the attorneys or court officer that brings it to the judge's attention. Fair point. Now, referring to the deluge of trial snippets shared by fans on social media in recent weeks, another wrote that the juries, they probably figured they'll just get caught up on TikTok later. Seriously, they had one job and couldn't pay attention or follow instructions enough to do it. And this was during video depositions that Judy noticed it, so I'm positive the judge noticed it too. What a farce. I think the farce here is that people are expecting the juries pay, you know, a wealth of attention to someone that they very clearly had already made their mind up about. You know, the fact remains, you had Amber Heard come on the stand immediately, pretty much, anyway. No one's going to want to pay attention after that absolute, well, we could say it's a comedy special of acting, can't we, to be honest. It'd be a comedy, but because of the content and effects, it's cruel. Defamation is too complicated to have even gone to a jury. I'm so overwhelmed by the lack of curiosity, intelligence, analytical thinking and boundaries that this trial has exposed in people. Even the jurors who had a literal job requiring them to find those things in themselves. They did it. What's wrong with that? Anyone who's watched this trial knows that the jury made the right decision. The fact they had jurors mentally checking out, but the one most invested in doing their job didn't even make the jury, real terrible stuff. These people are idiots. They really are. Belinda was seen hugging Depp on May 27th, the final day of the trial, in a video widely shared across social media. Supporters of Heard, again, stay mad, have claimed that this is proof that it was not a fair trial. It was an example of a non-impartial behaviour. Come on, calm down. Trial was over. Trial was way over at that point. Don't understand like why people get so mad about this stuff. So, you know, it's not unprofessional behaviour at all. 5 days before the verdict was revealed, Belinda later spoke out to share her side of events and denied accusations that she was partying with Depp. Does this woman look like she's partying with Depp? Come on. Behave. Get over yourself. Believe all women. Just not that one. You bigot. Fuck's sake. Oh, these people are morons. These people are absolute idiots. So let me know what you think of this down below in the comment section. Again, the gift that keeps on giving. Cheers. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out my Teespring store. Supporting the channel via this way does go a long way. But also, not only that, you do get to wear some awesome merch. These are one-of-a-kind designs designed for me by my graphic designer. We, of course, have our Clown World line, which is in mugs, hoodies, t-shirts. We've got Space Jeebus. And then for something a little bit different, we, of course, have right down at the bottom right here, we have our Pulsar GTIR. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out and supporting my second channel, which is Car Nonsense. This is a vlog and car channel. You can find links to this in the description box along with my Teespring. Please do consider supporting.